Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. I am right here by the Polmax, and I'm getting set up. I made some tooling for the Jeep Scrambler rear floor and roll bar panels. Uh, the company I got the front floor from, they don't make the rear floor. Well, they make it, but they don't have it in stock. It's still over. Their stuff comes from Taiwan. It's very good quality, believe it or not. I really like their stuff. I'm going to show you the front floor that I got from them. And like I say, all their stuff is Mopar licensed, so it's very high quality. They showed me the floor. I saw the guys assemble the floor. They showed me some footage from the factory floor. It looks great, but I just don't know when we're going to get it, and I don't want to stall the body work. I'm going pretty good on the body right now, and I want to get that finished up. So we're going to get some tooling set up in the Polmax. I'm going to make some panels. I don't know how much of that I'm going to show you, but tooling is made, and we're going to get busy on that. I'm all done cutting beef. I think I got a little footage of that. I'll stick in this video where I can. We made a lot of burgers, so there's going to be some good burger days coming. So if you get an invite to that, you're going to want to come on over, because this is probably the best batch of burger we've ever made. I had my brother helping me, and he took it very seriously, and we got a super mix. So that's good news. The CJ5 Fire Jeep is finished. Got a clutch in there, and a rear main seal, and a bunch of other stuff is finished on that. And I have Ron's T90 finished up. So there's a lot going on. I'm starting to build some trusses for the back building. I'm starting to get some dimensions and stuff like that. So we're going to go over a few different things in this video. I'll show you some pictures and show you what I got going on. So hang in there, and we'll take a look at some projects. Okay guys, since we're in this fab building, I'll show you the beginning of what the Warren truss is going to look like. So I am just right now getting my angles figured out and the lengths, and I've got to cut over 300 of those pieces. So I'm just getting everything figured out. You can see the truss is going to be 30 inches wide, and I think I got it figured out at 44 feet, something like that. But I almost have my full cut list right now, so next time you see the trusses, there'll be all these pieces will be getting cut, and we'll start getting the saw set up, and we'll get some roller tables set up, and we will just start chunking up some material. So that'll be coming soon. That's good for a first round. Okay, this is Ron's T90, and this was in tough shape. Somebody had gone in here, they put blocking rings in. Second gear was a disaster, first gear was a disaster. Synchronizer was messed up, input shaft was rusted very badly, and the counter gear was a disaster as well. So it needed just about everything, Ron. I've got you a nice T90 rebuild finished. I'm working. I have the transfer case soaking. I have the gear in the lathe to put your Timken bearing kit in there, and I want you to see everything that I took out. So you have a bucket of bad stuff there that you could either look at, throw away, leave behind, whatever you want to do. But I just want to show you what's been coming out of your gearboxes. So we're making progress on Ron. Engine's just about ready to be washed, and we will start assembling his engine as well, and get the transfer case done. Brand new brake shoes on there, but it leaked so bad they are fully saturated. We're gonna have to put new shoes on. We're gonna turn the drum, get you fixed up real good, Ron. You'll be running this Jeep for a long time. So just hang in there, and I'm making progress every day on it. Okay guys, here's the floor. Again, they've got the hump perfect. They've got everything lining up just very nice. All the correct beads are in, the holes are in, the drain holes. And like I say, it is a, let me see if I can get you in there, Mopar licensed part. It's a very nice part. Once I got the floor in, those bolts just dropped in there. And on that side, very nice piece. Now remember, when if you're doing one of these, when they were putting a Jeep together in a factory or something, the floor was in first, and then they put the sides to the floor. So this floor has to come in from the bottom. I used the transmission jack over there and put it in. I had to pry the sides out to get it in. It's not the type of thing you're going to drop in from the top. So if you're planning on putting a complete floor in, make sure your body is off the chassis, and you can get in from the bottom. It's a very heavy piece. That's why I had to put it on a transmission jack. But I mean, just look at it. It is absolutely perfect. I'm very, very happy with it. So that'll make a long-lasting floor. Now let's go over into the back, and I'll show you everything that needs to be made for the rear section. Okay guys, I got the front floor into the Jeep Scrambler. Got it held in with a bolt here, plenty of clamps. Got another bolt over here. This went in absolutely perfect. Everything lined up very nice. Was able to catch those 2 bolts on each side back there. The floor is a exact reproduction. I compared it very, very, very closely to the original, and you know, you wouldn't know the difference between their reproduction and the original. So the tricky part now is everything's clamped in. I have, as you can see, I have it on the lift, and I have it side to side perfectly level. I got the back same way. The rear floor is real flimsy, and we're missing a lot of pieces in the back here. So I don't want to weld anything in just yet. So I'm going to let this down so you can take a look at the floor from the top, and then I'll tell you how I'm going to go about getting everything lined up. Okay, here we are. Now you see where the roll bar sits. It's routed out under where the roll bar goes in all the areas, the 2 back and in the front. The floor is bad, completely perforated there. So basically I'm saving the side panels here. I'm going to save the wheel arches. I'm going to patch this one in. That's not terrible. And basically everything else is coming out. So the whole rear floor is coming out. So that's not going to happen until I get the front floor in. I need some kind of rigidity here. So to do that, I think you can see I've got the doors there. I'm going to hang the doors, and let me come around the other side. But everything has to go on at this particular point before I put a single weld on here, so I get everything adjusted just right. Okay, there's the windshield frame leaning up against the roll bar there. Here are the doors. They're not, you know, they're not ready to be painted or anything. You know, the gaskets are all cracked, and I don't even know if there's glass in them. But the basic shape is there. So I'm going to hang the doors. I'm going to put the windshield frame on, and then I'm going to take the half hard top and set it on the bulkhead here and put it on the windshield frame. And once I have everything, the doors latched and the top on, then I know I can start stitching the floor in. There's really no other way to do it. If you were to not do that and then go and try and fit your doors, you're going to have a nightmare. These bodies, once you start taking huge panels like this out, they get super flimsy, and with that rear floor being so kind of wiggly, that back was just kind of flopping around. That's why I have it, like I say, perfectly jigged up on the lift. I moved Scott's chassis out of here specifically so I could put the body in here and not worry about you know, messing up the chassis or anything. So that's in a trailer, and now I could concentrate on the body. I like to get the body, the front floor and the rear floor, everything in, and sit it on the chassis, because once it goes on the chassis, I've got to make all the automatic transmission linkage. You know, with the headers that got all messed up. We've got to fit a brake booster in there with the 2 carbs and stuff in the big manifold. We got to get a small booster. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen once the body goes on the frame. So once everything is in and in primer, we'll sit it back on the frame and start making all the other pieces we need to make. So, you know, you can rush through these things, but it just isn't going to turn out right. So it does seem like a lot of extra work, but you have to do the rough work and get it right, so that when you assemble everything, when everything's painted, it goes together perfectly. Okay guys, that's about all I have for you today. It's getting a little late. We're going to call it a day today. It's the Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys get some time to take off and enjoy. It's been cold and rainy here, so hopefully we'll get at least one nice day this weekend. Trying to get some more done on the building in the back, and as usual, projects are just everywhere. My main goal now is the Scrambler body tub. I've got a lot to do still on that project, and I want to get that moving along. There are engines and transmissions, transfer cases and stuff coming in, and I'm blowing those out as fast as I can. That 360, you see, I'm gathering parts for that. Cam is here, timing chain is here. I'm putting positive valve stem seals in there. I'll show you that when that happens. I just got the order in today for those positive seals, so a few days they'll be here. And as usual, just everything. I'll take you along for everything you want to see. Like I say, I got some sheet metal stuff coming up for the Scrambler. If you like that kind of stuff, let me know. If you like the engine stuff, let me know. I just need to know which way to go with the channel. You know, I want to get stuff that people like, and I need some feedback from you. So let me know what you'd like to see, or if you kind of like what I'm doing or not. And you know, anything is helpful. So as always, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you on the next video.